Tick tock, time to rock. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everyone who's watching from all over the world. I'm your friendly neighborhood philosopher, D. Wood, and with me now is the Christian lioness of Speaker's Corner, Hatun Tash. How you doing, Hatun? I see you. I see you're out of jail.
Peace of Christ be with you, brother. Yes, I am out of jail, and freedom is good thing.
Now, so you actually went to jail because we saw you. We saw police haul, and we have the footage, so we can actually look at some of this. But we saw police haul you off. But sometimes, in order to, calm a situation down, police will take a person out of the area and then, take you around the corner to a coffee shop and say, "Okay, get out of here." So they actually took you to jail.
Uh, I don't think I ever been to the coffee shop with the police. They never take me to coffee shop.
You know what I mean?
Uh, yes, they took me to police station, and I was there for 15 hours.
15 hours. That was
Long 15 hours.
Yeah, that's a long 15. That's a long 15 hours. I mean, we were only in the Dearborn jail for a few hours when me and Nabil got arrested back in the day. Although I have to say, I could do 15 hours standing on my head after being locked up for a long time. So what was your experience there? And is this the
No,
they,
it wasn't first time.
no, I mean, like because they came after you before. Did they arrest you? I mean, did they actually take you to jail before or?
Yeah.
Wow.
Once I was in cell for I think over 20 hours, and last year back in May I got arrested again. That time I was there like nearly 24 hours. They have to leave you. They have to let you go after 24 hours because they have to have clear evidence to keep you there. Um, but in those times it wasn't okay because like you've got limited freedom, but still it was okay because you can ask for Bible and then you just read the Bible. You get to read like lots of you've got lots of time. You read the lots of pages of the Bible. This time, they took my glasses, so I couldn't see anything. I couldn't read anything, uh, and then they were asking me to like sign things, and I'm saying like I can't see anything. I need my glasses, but because I didn't have glasses, so I couldn't do much reading. I was just like trying to keep myself warm.
Why in the name of common sense would they take your glasses?
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, they took that wasn't the case last time, like last two occasions, but this time they took my glasses, and also I got like strip searched. So they just like in front of three officers, um, they ask you to get naked, and
Hmm.
then they take your clothes, and then they give you uh, gray, I don't know what you call, like something look like trousers and gray t-shirt. So I got like free trousers and free shirt, but
That's good.
it caused um, humiliation.
So everyone follow this because we're going to get into the story. But based on what I saw in the video, and again we'll take a look at this. Based on what I saw, they came up to you. Someone came up to you, snatched your Quran, and then police came up to you and arrested you after your Quran was just strong armed from you. Police
Yeah,
arrested you, but what you're telling us is they didn't just make you leave or something like that. They actually took you to jail, strip searched you, took your glasses so you couldn't even see, couldn't even read, and then held you there for 15 hours because your stuff was stolen.
yeah,
Wow, I was thinking I must be missing something there, but
yeah. There are small details, but yeah, overall, kind of that was the bigger picture.
yeah, I have to say, I have a long history of being strip searched. Yep, they did that. They did that all the time, and in fact, I don't know what they do over in the UK, but here in the US, they make you take all your clothes off. This is what they do with the guys, and then they tell you to lift up your sexual organs, and then they would make us squat and cough. And I guess the coughing is if we're hiding something in our butts or something like that, that coughing will make it fall out or something like that. I don't know what they're thinking, or if it's just to mess with people. But yeah, not it's weird because if you know that you've committed a crime, this is the real issue. If you know you've committed a crime, it's kind of okay. This is the result of what I've done, right? I get strip searched. I get that. I've committed a crime. I am a criminal, and now they are strip searching me. If you haven't done anything wrong, if you haven't broken any law, that is seriously messed up. That is like insanely messed up. Arresting someone, throwing someone in jail, strip searching them, humiliating them, not for something that they've done, but for your own screw up. Like this is police dropping the ball and messing up. That is extremely terrible. And you have people over here in the chat saying, "Why are you not suing them?"
Well, sometimes things are not that simple from this part of the world.
Yeah, because I mean, in the U.S., we would sue the crap out of them and keep it. And it's not. You have the lawyers who sue like police and stuff, and it was always in my head like I didn't like lawyers going around suing people, but they actually broke it down to me. They're like, if we do not sue the cops have no reason to not continue behaving like this, right? You sue people in order to make them stop their horrible behavior. And what do you think about the situation here? Because we see them do this over and over again. Normally, what you would want in a situation like this is, I mean, let's suppose someone ran up to police and said, "Oh, Hatun, she's causing a problem." You would normally expect some sort of investigation, right? Like some sort of, "Oh, let's go here. Oh, we see there's like 1,000 cameras around. Before we arrest anybody, let's go ahead and take a look at the footage because we don't want to arrest the wrong person."
Well, so that happened in different forms. So I didn't even know why I was arrested until I was like shouting and screaming them in the van, which I was told criminal damage. And I find out while I was at the police station, a couple of gentlemen from the speaker's corner turn up the police station because they have the evidence. After that, uh, I was told I am not de-arrested for um, Section 4A, which is you are causing stress to people by what you are saying or what you are wearing. Like, it kind of goes under the God knows what. But
Wait. Well, hold on 1 second. 1 second. It's a law that you can't cause stress to people by what you're saying and what you're wearing.
um, well, in one sense, so you've got law which says um, what you are saying or doing is causing stress or harassment to anyone. So apparently, certain people group are using that in a sense. Oh, what she's wearing is causing me stress. Um, oh my! It like at 4 a.m. in the morning, I was interviewed, and one of the question was in the forms of, "Oh, are you not aware that that might offend someone?" So
This
that those kind of questions are coming from the police officers. I'm just like, well, if you are offending, don't come to speaker's corner. Is that a crime? It's offending someone is not a crime, but still, you just like end up in a jail for 15 hours.
Yeah, this sounds guys, I mean, no offense to the regular people of Great Britain who aren't in charge of the laws, but your lawmakers sound like idiots over there, and your police sound like the biggest idiots in the world. And it reminds me, I mean, when we see something like this, when we see on camera, I mean, on video, from multiple angles, we see you getting something stolen from you, and then we see police hauling you off to the cheers of the Muslim onlookers. um, we look at that, and it seems like police are doing the same thing that led to the massive success of the grooming gangs for decades, right? You guys familiar with grooming gangs out there, um, where
In a form, we are aware of it in a form that group of Asians did some crazy things. And now it's coming out that police intentionally turned blind eye, everyone intentionally turned blind eye, and this group of Asians are actually very big percentage of from the Muslim community.
So back then it was police, social workers, government officials. They were all informed repeatedly. They knew that thousands, I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands of young girls were being groomed, raped, gang raped, pimped, drugged, all of that stuff by gangs of predominantly Pakistani men who viewed them as inferior because they weren't Muslims. And were doing this to these girls, and they got away with it for decades because police and officials and social workers didn't want to be called Islamophobes by pointing out what was happening. And so the idea there is, hey, we don't want to be called names, so let's just ignore the gang rape of thousands of girls so that we don't get called names. But it seems like the same, very similar situation at Speaker's Corner. Hey, there's a bunch of people here, and if we start going after and arresting that guy for stealing something from Hatun, the crowd here is going to call us, names and Islamophobes and say we're harassing them. It's much easier to go after the Christian woman. And then we'll be the heroes, and then they won't call us Islamophobes. We'll be the heroes of Muslims everywhere.
And they've been successful with that because this is third time my Quran is being stolen, and still nothing happened with the previous people who took my Quran without my permission, and they never returned it. So, like certain people group know they can get away with that. And in the past, we've seen the examples when crowd simply says, "Oh, I'm offended what she says," or "She's doing this," or "She's wearing this." Then like you just grabbed from speaker's corner, threatened if you go back, we will ban you, or well, come to spend some time in cell. So it's like I think people group learn certain people group learn that they can get away with this, and they are just like practicing more and more.
So you're saying people at Speaker's Corner
No,
basically they know they can walk up to you, grab your property, run off with it. They know they can walk up to you, hit you, stab you. They basically know they can get away with stuff, and so it's actually encouraging them to keep doing it because there's no reason not to do it.
well, none of them has been questioned. Like I, so my book has been stolen on Sunday. My camera is broken. I can't even like use what is in my SD card because SD card is damaged. Mic is damaged. It's not working. I had a foot on my hair while police is like dragging me out of speaker's corner, and none of those people been kind of asked, "Oh, why did you do that? Are you okay? Why did you take her thing?" While I was at at in cell for 15 hours without glasses.
Hatun, this is a little side note here. I know, and Jay Smith know, we all know that we always try to give you money to support you, and you very frequently say, I don't want any of that. But you just, and we kind of have to respect your wishes, but you just said you had some damaged property. Can,
Why, why Mr. Muslims who think they rule the world? So they damaged it, they need to fix it.
but let me say that until they do that, in the meantime, would you mind if D Wood and the people who love you here over on my channel, would you mind if we at least got you some equipment to replace the equipment that you lost?
I think we are okay. I'll figure that out this week.
You put
Uh,
together
is
you
it,
put
is it,
together you put together a list. You put together a list of everything you could possibly want. Ladies and gentlemen, are we going to cover
my,
her stuff?
my conscience is not very clear with these things because the resources Lord give to us, we are responsible to make good use of that, and we need to prayerfully consider before where we give, why we give, and what is that money is being used for. I'm very conscious about those things. Therefore, I think uh, we are all good.
Okay, so you put together, you send me a list of everything you want and where it goes, and you will get all that stuff.
Let
People are
me
all
think
in.
what I need. Lots of things now, David. This
You
bigger and bigger facelifting, new nail polishes. thing, and
You put,
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
you put together a list. You put together a list, and we got you covered here. All right, so let's go ahead and check out some of this. The video. Darn, I should have put a link to the video. I'll add the link to the video. There are lots of videos because there are always multiple camera angles at Speaker's Corner. But I downloaded the video from DCCI, so that's your site, and let's go ahead and check out a little bit of it. We can jump around. Let's see. Pull this one up.
I think this video is put together Jai apologetics, and then he took it from Baska in the park because my camera is not working, so it's someone else's video which we uploaded to DCCI.
All right. So Jai Apologetics, and he got it from.
Baska in the park.
Yeah. I actually have this way turned down so you can talk, but it actually happens right here at the beginning of the video, right?
Yeah. At this stage, I'm asking them about
Let me
how
get
many
this over here.
cars they-
Oh, right there it happened. So that was right there. Someone walked up to you and snatched your third Quran. That's what we have there?
Yes. But that gentleman was in the crowd a little bit earlier, and he was just simply hanging around. Like you've got a video where you can see he's chatting to a person next to him to say like I'm doing something, and then that
Yeah.
moment he takes the Quran.
That's the guy as he's walking up to you, right? The one right behind your head in this video?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
he was in the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he was so he snatches it, and yeah, you even see him move there. And so you're pointing out other camera angles have caught this guy's face.
Yeah,
So
so
it's
that's my camera just like destroyed in that moment.
that's when your camera's destroyed.
Yeah, so that's my cameraman.
Yeah, keep in mind when we offer to get you new equipment, we don't need to just get you the same thing. You can upgrade, right? You can
No, brother, it's all good. It's all good. So
you can
I
you can
didn't.
upgrade.
So even though the Quran they took is gift from you, I usually have the principle to go behind my material, but uh, I didn't push because like he looked fit and he was like running. I'm not that fit, and then I noticed he goes the other side of the park. So at this stage, I'm just checking what is happening, and then you can see like people are following him. So they are all Muslims.
Uh-huh.
If I go, like, I won't be able to get anything. I might get hurt. So I just like walking back. And I think that is the moment I'm just like, I'm gonna bring the Quran and drill hole next week.
Yeah. So let me you just mentioned this is the Quran I gave you, and I want to be clear. The Quran I gave you was to replace a Quran that was stolen from you, right? So I could be getting this wrong, but if I recall, someone stole your Quran before, same thing, walked up, strong-armed it from you, took it from you, and then I said, well, I'll go ahead and make you a custom Quran, and I'll send it to you. And then I sent it to you to replace one that was already stolen. So notice, I just want to point out to our Muslim friends who are watching, the Quran I sent you would have never been made. It would have never happened if they hadn't stolen your Quran from you. In other words, they're mad that you had a Quran right now, and they walked up to you and they ran up to you and stole it right there in this video we just watched. But the only reason that Quran existed was because they stole your Quran before. So this Quran that they really don't like you having, you only had it because they took your other Quran. Is that correct?
Yep. And then previous Quran was done because they took the first Quran.
So you keep getting these new Qurans that they absolutely have to have and they want to steal, but it's only because they keep stealing your Qurans that this is even happening. I wanted we have the video from Omar here. We'll go back to the video where police are hauling you off. I wanted to pull up this video from Omar here because he actually has it afterwards. Now, do you know this guy?
Yep. He's kind of regulate speakers going now. He was banned. I think he just back.
So he was banned, and afterwards, this is the aftermath.
Yeah.
He's got the Quran.
This is like approximately 10, 15 minutes after I left. I was arrested.
So he makes this video discussing the Quran. So he's got the Quran. Someone gave him the Quran, and he said that after this video he's going to go give it back to the person who gave it to him, and it's not. He doesn't say I'm going to give it to Hatun. It's her property. He's showing this now. Just want everyone to understand the idea of this, because we understand. We understand. Hey, this could be offensive to people. We understand that. We understand that there are reasons. There are reasons for the stuff. When one group starts saying, "Hey, we're going to kill you if you hurt our feelings," that you kind of have to hurt their feelings, don't you, in order to get them past that, in order to get them to understand that you're in a different country right now. You're not in Saudi Arabia. You're not in Pakistan where you form a mob and murder people. You're in a different place that has protections for criticism. And if you don't understand that, then you get something like that. What are your views on all of this, Hatun? I don't mean this specific incident. I mean the idea that you're clearly saying some things that hurt people's feelings. Why do you hurt people's feelings about their prophet and their book?
Well, why their prophet is hurting my feelings, why their prophet is hurting the feelings of Jesus, why they are, it's not about the feelings. Why Muhammad hurt little children, you can go on and on. Quran is hurting my feelings. So this is place called Speaker's Corner. You go there to have the controversial conversations, the things people don't want you to talk. And the reason we've got the Quran with the holes in it, because when the Sheikh expressed there are holes in the narrative after behind on the public after for years saying, oh, there is only one Quran. Now they are telling us, oh, there are holes in the narrative relationship between Ahruf and Qur'an. I turn up the Speaker's Corner following Sunday, asked the same question to Muslims. And then week after that, I went back, and then this time I had a notebook. I asked them to write what they would write in this Musaf. All I got, they deplatformed me. They said, oh, no, we are not going to talk to you. It is important topic. Foundations of Islamic faith is based on the authenticity of the Quran as well as Muhammad. So I don't want because they took their original videos down. They gave me strikes after strikes, and then they caused me to be homeless in that time. And I'm trying to have the conversation with them, and they are blocking me. So they want conversation to die, but that conversation is causing people to give up Islam and turn to Lord Jesus Christ. So what is my next stop? I'll push one more. Let's talk about it. So you put the holes in the Quran. Let's have the discussions and debates. Tell me what is this? Why I'm holding different Arabic Quran? So I don't see anyone should be killed or should be hurt because they are questioning and they are putting the holes in the book. It's not my fault. If you look at the Islamic tradition, Uthman ordered Quranic materials to be burned. A god comes and then eats the word of Allah. Al-Hajjaj pays people money to tear up the Quran. Some of the Qurans are being sunk in the Nile. It is Islamic to destroy the Quran. So why do they have a problem when I do it? Why do they think it is all right to take someone else's possession, the object which is belonged to someone else? For this one, I didn't pay for this one. You paid for this one. But for others, I gave my own money. I paid it. It is my possession. No one should be able to take my things without my permission. Because their feelings are hurt, so therefore, yeah, we can do whatever we want to do. Not acceptable. Maybe in Saudi Arabia you can get away. It seems they are pushing to get away in England, but it is wrong.
And so multiple issues there. So my view as far as why I mock Islam in certain situations and do things that they would regard as blasphemy or desecration is again, if you have a group and they're saying, hey, let's anyone who does this, we're going to murder you, and it seems like if you say, okay, well, I don't want to be murdered, therefore I'll obey you. I'll do whatever you say. To me, it's like you're therefore encouraging violence. As soon as you say, hey, threaten me with violence and I'll do what you want, you've just encouraged violence. So you have to actually do the reverse. And what you're pointing out is that what you started with is this issue of consistency. If you guys get to insult our beliefs, if you get to insult and degrade Jesus and Christians, and your book, calls for the violent subjugation of Jews and Christians, calls Jews and Christians the worst of creatures, then obviously I have a right to criticize your book and your position, and you don't get to stop me, especially in the UK, where you have no right to just walk up and steal someone's property from them, and yet they keep doing it. Let's talk about this particular Quran. So what's the idea with the Mickey Mouse?
Muhammad's supposed to be in the Bible. He's not in the Bible, so they force Muhammad into wrong place. That Ahmed one. So and then this is you kind of replaced it for my stolen Qurans because when Muslim says Allah Akbar, I stated a couple of times Allah is mouse. It is the same idea, same kind of argument. If you are forcing Muhammad into the Quran, then you should be calling Allah as mouse because Akbar means mouse in Hebrew.
Yeah. So guys, follow the reasoning here. Muslims say Muhammad is prophesied in the Bible. Hey, that's not nice. That's offensive to us because according to the Bible, Muhammad's a false prophet. So it's offensive and hurting our feelings to say that he's a prophet according to the Bible. But when we ask them where, there's a word that pops up repeatedly in the Bible, mahmad, which is something, lovely or something like that, something precious to you. And they have to ignore all the uses of this because it never makes sense to replace that with Muhammad. But in Song of Songs 5:16, it says it uses the word Mahmad, and Muslims say, this is talking about Muhammad. It's a prophecy about Muhammad, and it's what we call the phonic fallacy. These two words sound alike, and therefore they mean that they refer to the same thing. One of the stupidest, absolutely stupidest arguments anyone could ever offer for anything ever. And yet this is the position of you're talking Ahmed Deedat, Zakir Naik, Shabir Ali. Their guys all use this argument. Hey, the Hebrew word Mahmad, which is used in a bunch of places, it actually means Muhammad, even though it makes no sense if you just insert the word Muhammad in all these places. And so to make fun of that argument, we say, well, if you're going to say, hey, Mahmad kind of sounds like Muhammad, so it means the same thing. Well, Akbar is mouse in Hebrew. So when Muslims say Allahu Akbar, it sounds like they're saying Allah is a mouse. And in order to make fun of that, we we have a Mickey Mouse there. But then there are these random holes in the Quran. What's the reason for the holes in the Quran here?
So for a long time, Muslims stated that there is only one perfect Quran, and it turned up actually there are lots of different Arabic Qurans. And when Sheikh Yasser Qadi was interviewed by part-time stripper, he stated that Muslim missionary was asking, Muhammad Hijab was asking, okay, tell me about this one Quran story. And then Sheikh Yasser Qadi stated, well, everyone knows story of Aruf and Qira'at. And then when we dig into it, there are 40 different opinions and there are holes in the narrative.
So there are holes in the narrative, and the holes in the Quran are representative of Sheikh Yasser, not our claim, Sheikh Yasser Qadi's claim that there are holes in the standard narrative. By the way, little side note here, you're the one who's, as far as I know, you're the one who's mainly responsible for getting Yasser Qadi. Muhammad Hijab, definitely a huge role. But the reason Muhammad Hijab had to push that issue and try to get Yasser Qadi to say something favorable when Yasser Qadi didn't, it just blew up in their faces, was because you were the one who kept showing up to Speaker's Corner with different Qurans from different parts of the world, with different Arabic in it, and you kept having Muslims come up to you saying perfect preservation right down to the letter, there's only one, and you would just put Qurans in their faces that have different Arabic from different parts of the world. And because this happened over and over and over again, and then all these confused Muslims are running to their apologists going, wait a minute, she's actually got these Qurans with different Arabic in it. I thought there's only one Quran. What's going on here? What is this? And hijab doesn't really have an answer because at first he tried to explain it in terms of dialect and so on. Doesn't work. Total deception. And so eventually, when hijab was out of ammunition to respond, he goes to Sheikh Yasser Qadi, thinking Sheikh Yasser Qadi is going to clarify why there are so many different Qurans when there's supposedly only one. And Sheikh Yasser Qadi just basically said, yeah, sorry.
Um, I just wanted to express at this stage, you just hurt my feelings for blaming me for the statements Mr. Kadir made.
Well, then police need to show up and arrest you for, since you're the one who did the wrong thing, then you need to be arrested apparently in the UK, because apparently in the UK they arrest the victim every time.
Yeah, it seems that way.
It reminds me of, I mean, back when they're starting to deal with the grooming gangs. Finally, I mean, I know they're still going on and so on, but back when they were at least appearing to, I mean, try to do something about this. I read about a a father whose daughter was being groomed and she's being kept in this house and pimped out, and he went over there and was trying to get his daughter back. Police came and arrested him. They came and arrested the guy for causing problems for the Muslims when he's trying to get his daughter out of the house where she's being, drugged and pimped out. Very, very brilliant. I mean, gosh, we think of our police system as messed up over here in the U.S. a lot of times, but you guys take the cake. You guys take the cake over there. All right, well, Hatun. So you had a Quran and you've got the Mickey Mouse one there, and I believe in second chances. So if anyone wants to return that Quran very quickly, I suggest doing it very quickly because, I've got all kinds of Qurans. So I got this unit. Hang on, let me blow this up here. So I got this one. This one I use a lot in my videos and stuff. But notice we got the English and the Arabic. Got the English and the Arabic parallel. So this one's good for decorating. If you want something nice and sleek and so on, we've got Robert Spencer's the Critical Quran. This is very beautiful. I could definitely customize it though to make it even more beautiful. We've got the Study Quran here. So we've got the Study Quran, very awesome Quran here. We have, I think this is the one I use for that. This is the same one. I've got a ton of these. Yusuf Ali's. I got a ton of these. So notice I can make one exactly the same. I can even get the holes in the exact same spot for the holes in the narrative. We've got of course these. But then I don't think you want to carry this one around because this one's bigger than you are. But
I've got that one with the holes here.
you got this one?
It's not that big though. Yours looks like size of manuscript.
Yeah, this thing's giant. This
I
thing's
think
giant. See, this is the one you want for when police take your glasses. Then you have this giant print here.
yeah, they take your book too. But
Uh,
I can carry that, David. It's absolute. I've got like back with me, so it's like
all right, so I just want to say to those of you cheering on the theft of Hatun's property, Hatun, since you've had 3 Qurans stolen from you, I'm going to make you 3 custom Qurans. Count them, 1, 2, 3, because I can no longer just send you one, apparently, because then they'll just steal it, and then you might be without a Quran the next week. So I need to send you like 3 or 5 or something like that at a time, so that when they
yes.
steal one, you still got the backups.
Um, like even though we are kind of making, in a sense, serious fun of it, but um, it actually caused many people to leave Islam and many people to turn to Jesus because people are not aware of it. They are not aware that they've been lied. I had a person who came all the way from Malaysia to just ask why I have a Quran which has holes in it and none of the Muslims are answering my questions. And he left Islam. So it is causing people to, it is getting people's attention, causing them to start thinking about Islam, doubting Islam, and run away from Islam. And by God's grace, they are turning to Jesus. That's something I'm grateful for.
So you're saying it's basically these are conversation starters that are making points. Hey, why do you have a Quran with holes in it? Well, this is to represent the holes in the narrative. I mean, by the way, just what an amazing ideology where it's okay to lie. It's okay if all their guys lie to them for years, telling them one Quran perfectly preserved from the time of Muhammad. It's okay to lie. In fact, they'll get mad at you if you don't lie to them, which you saw with Yasser Qadi. When Sheikh Yasser Qadi admitted, okay, we got some problems here. I mean, that was the start of the end of his career, apparently, because, I mean, he was getting blasted. But when we tell them the truth and have some conversation starters, hey, there's holes in this Quran because there are holes in the narrative. Your guys admit that we're the bad guys, and we have to be arrested, apparently, in your case. So very, very strange stuff. But yes, if you have any special requests on how to decorate these, Hatun, and if you have any particular additions in mind that you'd like, I'm happy to come up with whatever you want. I even have some friends who do graphic design, so we could put some pictures on there. We could put Muhammad on the cover and so on. We can make a special Charlie Hebdo edition of the Quran. We can do all of this. And keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, it's all thanks to you guys. It would not have happened, though I'm talking about the guys who keep stealing your Qurans. This would not be happening if you guys did not take her Quran. It would not be happening. So don't come whining to me next week when I send Hatun multiple Qurans. Do not get mad at me. This is on you. Anything you want to add before we go back to this video and see what police did?
No, just on the Quran, if you have the Muhammad's picture, I think we can hit the two birds in one go. I don't have to carry lots of pictures with me.
All right, so we'll definitely get you a Muhammad approved Quran with Muhammad's picture on the side of it. And that is good, because on the one hand, it's on the Quran, but on the other hand, you've got a picture of Muhammad. So that is two birds with one stone. That is
and then you point people to the one who has holes in his hand and holes in his feet.
Mm-hmm.
Will work well.
There we go. All right, so let's check out police here. It's towards the end when police... Oh, I've already got you there. Okay, here we have police talking. So what's going on at this point? So what did you think when police were coming up to you?
So when my book is being stolen, in the past it has been stolen, and then when I reported that, the officer said, well, we can't do anything, it's too late now, even it was only an hour or something in the past. When the book is gone, I asked a brother to just call and then report that. So I just thought, oh, they are so quick, they just turned up. In my mind, like they came, so like to say, okay, what happened, or who stole your book or something.
So just to clarify, someone stole your book and your property's damaged. Someone runs to police, so you assume police are coming to, get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then police officer said, we need to talk. I said, sure. I was just like getting at that stage, I'm just trying to fix the camera. I was getting another brother Baska in the park to kind of help me to speak with the police. Sometimes the things can be easily misrepresented. And then when I noticed Muslims are start cheering, I'm just like, oh no, officer, if you've got anything to tell me here. And then suddenly they said, you are under arrest. I said, what did I do? And then it just happened so quickly.
Yeah, let's go ahead and check some of this out. Now, Hatun, you seem to have a little gangster in you. Because,
What?
huh? No, I mean that
No.
in a good sense where because keep in mind, so you have two positions. If police are unlawfully arresting somebody, right? You got two positions. If police are unlawfully arresting someone, they're arresting someone without an investigation, without that person doing anything, you have two views. One is to just go along with it, do whatever the police say and so on. And then you have another position, which is that, no, they're actually violating your rights. They're assaulting you. They're they're in the wrong, and so you don't have to go along with it. I'm saying that because you don't go quietly here. Let's go ahead and see this. I can actually turn this up. What's that?
One of the thing I cannot stand is like physical touch. I can't
Oh,
like I get like when someone touches my arm or those things, I get like so stressed, and then that's like this is just like so even like someone else who is not your father or your brother, stranger is touching you. They are
yeah,
just dragging me
and,
around.
and you can imagine if police were arresting a Muslim woman and they put their hands on a Muslim woman. You can imagine the different reaction. I mean, if they had walked up to someone in a hijab and just grabbed her and started dragging her away and start using, arm holds on her and stuff like that, how differently this crowd would be reacting here. But it's a Christian woman, and so they're cool with it and they love it. And police are now their heroes.
Yeah, at this stage they are putting what is that hand they're tidying up my hands, and the way like they talk, like my arm is like so uncomfortable at that stage,
Oh, of
like I
course, I
still
can tell. It's supposed to. I can tell.
just like doesn't look good at all.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is how UK police treat a woman who was just robbed of her property. I like the camera angle here. And I saw a different angle of this. The first one I watched was on a Muslim camera, one of those Muslims who was recording closer to you. But yeah,
Someone just
people
put something on my
right
hand.
there. That's the part I saw. I saw
Yeah,
I saw a close up video earlier where someone hit you in the head with something.
yeah, with
Right.
food or something. I had food stuff on my hand.
Yeah. And so this is supposedly, ladies and gentlemen, this is supposedly the heart of free speech in the world. Speaker's Corner, London. And it's just it's interesting how the Dawagandists gravitate to this spot. Like this is the one, like this is the spot in the UK that is supposed to be most free speech. And the idea seems to be if we can control that area and gain control of police and everything else in that area, I don't know. It's like they think they've won.
You can see the things on my hair like food.
Oh yeah.
Um,
The stuff they threw at you or hit you in the head with.
yeah.
Hatun! Hatun!
This cop coming over.
I'm just trying to figure out why they arrested me at this stage. Still, I didn't know like why I have been arrested.
Man, what a country. You know, guys, when I see stuff like that, I'm glad we dumped your tea into our harbors. Glad we dumped your tea into our harbor. All right, so then they arrested you. So they arrested you.
For criminal damage
Criminal
first.
damage.
Yeah, to my property.
They arrested you for criminal damage to your property.
Yeah. That
Wow.
book was belonged to me, even though it was gift from you, but it was like belonged to me. So I was arrested for criminal damage and then arrested for section 4A and 4 a.m. in the morning for section 4A and 18. And then I was released without charges.
And wait a minute. So they arrested you for things and then keep you locked up for 15 hours, and then they just release you. Oops, sorry, you didn't actually do anything. We're not charging you.
Yeah. And when they released me, they didn't even give me place to get change. I had to ask officer if I can put my underwears before I leave the station because they took all your clothes. So you are just like wearing their gray trousers. It just
Did you get to keep the gray trousers?
I did actually. I had okay. I had two trousers. One of my trousers they took from me when I got stopped. I'm still waiting that to be returned. I had only one trousers. Now I've got like gray trousers too. So
Well, that's cool because I still have my prison because they release you in your prison in your prison
I even
outfit.
get, they even give me shoes.
Oh, this is awesome. We
I
should do it.
know.
We should do a picture. We should do a live stream one night where we're we're wearing our incarceration gear.
Yeah, not funny actually. Like very humiliating, and intention is just wrong, and especially it's all about protecting the group which causing damage to humanity.
And I just wanted to repeat this for anyone who wasn't there earlier. There is a world of difference between being locked up, being arrested, being locked up, being handcuffed, being searched, being strip searched, being put in a cell. There's a world of difference between doing that if you've actually done something and if you know you haven't done anything. Because keep in mind, in Dearborn, Michigan, they locked us up, threw us in jail, kept us there for a while, and we hadn't done anything. And the things they accused us of, we didn't do at all, right? No investigation. They just took us and locked us up, and then they were wrong. Then we were found not guilty, and then we sued them, and they had to apologize, and they had to post an apology on their city's website for 3 years. But a world of difference between okay, I fought the law and the law won. I did something wrong and I'm locked up for it. Versus the government the government, which is supposed to protect me, just violated my rights, threw me in jail in order to appease some people who don't like me. This is another version of what's called the heckler's veto, where hecklers get to decide. In this case, people strong arming you or something like that. But the idea is that the listeners get to decide what you're allowed to say, because they will ultimately control the police, who will listen to the hecklers, or in this case, the robbers, and so on. And it's just horrifying for those of you who've never experienced. It's horrifying because you think, okay, if something goes horribly wrong, I can call the police, and the police will come in and they'll protect people who need to be protected. When police then come in, when you call police and police come in and they go after the victim, it's a horrible feeling for a lot of people, because wait, who do I call then? If I'm being attacked, who do I call? Because police are on their side.
If you can't even trust the police, that's very serious actually. Like you can't like I know that my address is out there, or like when I went to police officers to kind of express concern on certain things, police officer simply told me, "Oh, I hope you had a good reason to convert to Christianity." And once police officer told me, "Well, you are putting our life in danger. It just you don't have anywhere else to go. You have to go to them, but you can't go to them. So you just like learn to deal your things by yourself."
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you, I understand that there are people who come here and go, "Oh my goodness, you guys are making fun of Muhammad. You're making pictures of Muhammad, and that's so offensive to them." Or you're making custom Qurans, and that's so offensive to them. Ladies and gentlemen, we are doing everything we can to avoid the situation that is being produced, where in Muslim countries you have Sharia, and then in Western countries where you supposedly don't have Sharia, you get this sort of replacement Sharia, right? Where, sorry, you can't make fun of Muhammad. Sorry, you can't because police will come in there and stop you based on other people complaining.
Yeah, 2 years ago, a teacher who in the lesson showed the picture of caricatures of Charlie Hebdo, he's still hiding. Another a teacher who had a mug with a picture of Muhammad and Jesus, he's being suspended from his job. And movies are being banned. That's within Islam circle, but there is, if you kind of become dhimmi for them, everyone else is becoming dhimmi for them. So some people need to say no, because as a Christian we are set free by blood of Lord Jesus Christ, and no one should take the basic freedoms are given to us because their feelings are being hurt. It's just like wrong in every level.
And going back to the point you made earlier about consistency, it would be one thing. It would be one thing if like the religion was like the nicest, friendliest religion in the world and only spoke highly of everyone else's religious beliefs and said all beliefs are fine with us and that's all great and we don't want to hurt anyone and we don't want to subjugate the world at all and everyone's great. That would be one thing if people were making fun of that. But it's, hey, here's our religion. It calls for your violent subjugation. It calls for us to ultimately control you, to bring you, to subjugate you and force you to pay us money so that we don't kill you. It defines you as the worst of creatures. And in a situation where it's a war, we can take you, kill the men, grab the women, grab the daughters, use them as sex slaves. We can do all that. And by the way, you're not allowed to say anything back. I look at that and say, what do you mean I can't say anything back? You just said all this stuff about us. You say all this stuff about our religion. You say all this stuff about what you can do to us and what you're ultimately going to do to us. And we have to keep our mouths shut in return. And if you're one of the few who actually says, no, actually, to be fair here, since you're saying this, I'm going to criticize and even mock that ideology that calls me all of these things. As soon as you do that, now you've got police jumping in and saying, well, we're going to arrest you for speaking back to these guys. It's like it's like in the Islamic mindset, Islam is supposed to be in charge of everyone else, the government and everything else. And you come to the West and it's supposed to be against that. No, you don't control us. You don't control what we get to say. And yet the government just goes along with it anyway.
Therefore, we need people to say no. I do understand sometimes it is difficult, especially if you've got like family responsibilities, all those kind of things. But if you don't say no, you just lose it. Everyone was saying we are all Charlie Hebdo when those killings took place. Now even like having his pictures of caricatures is causing someone to be arrested.
Yep. And my goodness, you wonder what it takes. I mean, you just wonder what it takes for people to catch on. Just imagine a different scenario, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine when Hatun showed up with a custom Quran and someone stole it. Imagine 1,000 people then show up the next week with custom Qurans. Imagine a scenario like that. That would send a message. To Muslims of the world. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. If someone drew Muhammad and that person gets killed, and then tens of thousands of more people drew Muhammad, even people who don't like the idea of drawing Muhammad, but in order to get past this moment in history where people from, Saudi Arabia and Pakistan think they get to control what we do in the United States and Great Britain and so on. If in order to get past that, people said, all right, well, we're all going to draw Muhammad until you guys get it through your heads that we can draw Muhammad. And then once you stop trying to control us, then, probably won't be doing that anymore. Imagine that versus, well, we're going to arrest you if you criticize Muhammad. We're going to arrest you if you offend people. That just encourages them, right? Everyone there is encouraged. Wow, police just did what we wanted them to do. all because we stole her Quran. What does that encourage them to do? It encourages them to assault her more, to steal more things from her, because she's the one who gets in trouble for it because of these cowards.
Yep.
Very, very strange. So, Hatun, I will be making you some custom Qurans. I have limitless Qurans. I got all the Qurans in the world. They're all over. They're all over the place around here. I keep a supply of Qurans just in case of emergency, so I don't have to wait to order more. I actually had a live stream last night with reasoned answers, and I don't know if you know, but I've been. Oh yeah, you do know because you messaged me. I was deleting my channel on July 4th. Because there's some other ways that I'd like to go about things that I think will be more effective. And then a bunch of people started offering to buy my channel. Not all the videos are saying delete it. It's basically since I've got 700,000 subscribers, they just want to take over the channel and then appeal to those subscribers. And so anyway, people were offering me piles of money to take over my channel, and I was like, no, I'm just going to delete it. But I have to say, when police came and locked you up over that, my first thought was, okay, I'll make her another Quran. Then it was, I'll make her a couple Qurans. But then it was, hey, actually, Hatun, if she wants my channel instead of me deleting it, she can actually have it. So I could give you 700,000 subscribers if you want, but I know you already have an effective channel. You already have 50,000. You've been growing for a while. So just wanted to put these options here for you. If you want my channel to take it over, you can have it if you want. But I've talked to Reason Answers last night, and I told him if because he wants it, and he wanted to buy it. He's making bids, and they're saying, I said, okay, you don't need to be putting in bids. Take your first offer, even though you've already been massively outbid by people like Bob the Builder and so on. I said, but if he uses it as like a super group where you and Bob and him and some others can all post and keep sending out content to those subscribers. Just wanted to put that out there for you. Again, you've already got a channel, but. These are just the thoughts. So if you wanted it, you can have it. If not, Reason Answers looks like we'll have a spot for where everyone can post their content.
If I say yes, I love to have it, then all other Christian apologists are gonna be my enemies.
What?
And it's gonna boil the blood of Muslims. That's something I would love to see. I don't want to be mean, but like it wouldn't be tears of jihadis. It would be like their blood is like boiling. They would hate it.
Yeah, I know. If they steal your book and then they think they won, and then you get an extra 650,000 subscribers. So anyway, you can let me know. You can let me know what you want to do. Again, the original plan was to delete my channel. I'm leaving my channel one way or another. I'm getting off my channel. The options were, because the first person that made me think about not deleting it was that situation there. That's when I was thinking, I should just give her my channel, and that will enrage these people and make them realize they can't win that way. So option one, you can have that channel. I will just transfer ownership of the channel over to you. I am deleting a ton of the content there because the content would ultimately get you in trouble, but you would still have the channel, the subscribers, and so on. Or I can give it to Reason Answers, and he'll use it as a super group where a bunch of Christian apologists who deal with Islam can post. Totally up to you. You do have a lot of fans over here saying, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
I'll make a comment on that maybe after the live stream. I just wanted to say I was recently in Somalia, mm-hmm. and it's like very poor country. Yet people follow your channel. A couple of years ago, I was in Saudi where some of the pure Christians never seen Bible in their life. Like they never hold physical Bible in their life. There was a lady, she memorized John Gospel just listening online. Even she knew your channel. So thank you very much for serving our crucified and risen Lord. Like many different parts of the world, you touched. Lord used you to touch the many lives with your channel. So I just wanted to say thank you for that.
Oh yeah, no problem. And keep in mind, we're all looking. We're all over here in the U.S. and we're looking at you in Speaker's Corner with a crowd standing in the middle of a crowd of people who want to take your head off, and then police who want to lock you up, and seeing you stand your ground, and that is a good kick in the pants to a lot of
No, like
Christians.
God doesn't need us. When it is time to go home, we will go home. When it is time to move to a different platform, we will move. At the end, we've got God who is in charge of all. And freedom, Lord Jesus Christ, give it to me. I can't just let that to be taken by Mr. Policeman or Mr. Muslims.
Mhm.
Not acceptable.
And ladies and gentlemen, for some reason, people think, no, we need David. David's gone or something like that. No, guys, as far as I'm concerned, we're just getting started here. This is the beginning. This is not the end. This is the beginning. We're we're just getting warmed up here. These are going to be some awesome times. Ladies and gentlemen, I said it once, I said it before. If you want to reach Muslims with the gospel, if you want to undermine and refute the most obvious false prophet in history, who's responsible for misleading and deceiving more people than anyone else in history, this is the best time ever to do it. We have opportunities now to reach Muslims around the world, and the reason there is such fear that so many people would have to target someone like Hatun, like obsessed with targeting her and harassing her and so on. The reason is because they are scared. They know they're understanding the times that they're living in. They know that there's an avalanche of apostasy all around them right now. They're absolutely terrified, and well, there's a reason for that. And so if this is the result when we're just getting started, my goodness, I'm looking forward to the next 5 years, the next 10 years. It's going to be awesome, awesome, awesome times. And a lot of that is thanks to the work of our sister Hatun and all the other Christians over there at Speaker's Corner, and everyone who's doing YouTube apologetics right now. We just talked about a lot of the people last night. So definitely looking forward to what you've got in store for us in the future, Hatun. And everyone, if you're not following whatever she decides about about my channel, if you're everyone go follow DCCI right now if you're not already following DCCI. That's Hatun's ministry over there at Speaker's Corner, and so be sure to check that out and subscribe. And once Hatun sends us a list of anything we need, hope everyone is going to join me in getting her any replacement equipment.
I won't be sending you the list, but thank you.
Yeah, but we're going to need that list, or I'm just going to send you a random pile of equipment, because the idea is if people have been encouraged by police to destroy your stuff and take your stuff, you're going to need a steady supply of new stuff. And it'd just be cool if every time they messed with your stuff, you showed up with even better stuff, right? It would send a message. It's the only way you got to send the message one way or another. So, so we'll take care of that. All right. Well, thank you, Hatun. Thanks everyone for joining us. And ladies and gentlemen, be sure to share what happened to Hatun, because people need to get it through their heads of what's going on right there in the UK, especially at Speaker's Corner. And people need to, police need to be shamed into doing the right thing. If they're not going to do the right thing willingly, same thing with the grooming gangs. They would not do anything until they were absolutely shamed and humiliated into starting to do something. So, yeah, just have to remind them of what they did until they start doing the right thing and start doing their jobs. All right, thanks, Hatun, and catch y'all later.
Thank you very much.